Hi guys, it's Candice. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other last, but I just hope that you're spending lots of quality time with your family and finding some fun things to do and keep busy. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an awesome elephant ring toss. It's really simple to make and it uses a lot of materials that you'll already have at home, so let's get started. So for this project, you're going to need some cardboard. Make sure you have the thick cardboard. I'm also using a cereal box, so you have both. You'll need a pair of scissors, a pencil, and a dark marker or a Sharpie. And our first step, we're going to draw the elephant head. So I already outlined the head in pencil just so that I can go back and fix any mistakes, because obviously once you use a marker, there's no going back. So once you have your outline, you're going to trace over it with your black marker, like so. Let's start by drawing a circle for the head, nice and big because it's an elephant. And then I'm going to draw the ears by kind of making like a little peanut shape. I go up and out and then in a little bit, out again, and connect it to the bottom. Same on the other side, up and out, come in a little bit, and then connect it to the bottom. That looks good to me. Then I'm just going to draw some eyes, give our guy a face, smile, and I'm going to draw some elephant tusks. You don't have to draw the tusks, I'm just doing it because I want my elephant to have it. Make your elephant however you would like. Drawing some details with some lines. Alright, that looks good. So we're going to move this to the side for now, and then we are going to make the elephant trunk. So for the trunk, it's the same type of cardboard. I'm just using a different piece because mine was a little small, which could only fit the head. Take this piece and try to make sure your cardboard is at least like 12 inches or so long, so like a ruler's length. I think this is a little bit smaller, but it will do. So for the trunk, we're going to draw a wide U shape because we want it to be a little curved and come up so that it can catch the rings. Alright, now that we have our trunk drawn, we're going to go ahead and cut this out. Cardboard is a lot thicker than paper, obviously, so just be careful when you're cutting it because it's going to be a little tougher. Alright, so now that we have our trunk, let's go ahead and cut out our elephant head. So once you're done cutting out your elephant, you're going to take the trunk that we already finished, and you're going to measure the width from in the middle of the elephant's face, because that's where their trunk is. And then make it like a little rectangle. Doesn't have to be too big. Nice and skinny rectangle, but matching the width of the trunk is the most important part. So next, if you have an X-Acto knife or a box cutter at home, it's a lot easier to do it this way. Just make sure to ask the grown-up to help because these are extremely sharp. If you don't have them, then I'm going to show you how to cut this with scissors. Alright, so to cut this open in the middle, I'm going to take the cardboard elephant and I'm going to try to fold it in half. You can also use the edge of a table like so to do it, especially with cardboard because it's very hard to fold in the exact place. But if you freehand it, that's fine. It'll still work, and of course it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, so once you have it folded in half, then you're going to take your scissors and very carefully, very gently, you want to make a tiny, tiny little cut somewhere on that rectangle. So if you can see here, I just made a tiny little cut on the bottom of the rectangle so that when I open it, I can see that there's like a little hole inside. And then again, with extreme care, you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna put them into the hole and start cutting around the edge. Now, as I said, cardboard is very hard to cut. This is even harder. So please take your time, make sure your fingers are not behind the blade so you don't cut yourself. If you need help, always ask a grown-up. For your trunk, you're gonna take the bottom end, and since it's cardboard, cardboard is kind of put together in the middle here. You're going to take it and you're going to split it apart like a banana, until you have two little wings, two little flaps on this side. Put it back together and take your trunk and put it through the hole that we just made. Put your elephant around. Open those flaps up and using tape. Grab my tape. If you have duct tape, that'll be best because it's much stronger, but I'm using Scotch tape because that's what I have. If you have tape, I'm just going to tape the flaps down so that they stay put. We're going to be throwing rings onto this trunk, so we want to make sure it's as secure as possible. You can also use glue, Elmer's glue or super glue, but of course then you have to factor in drying time, so just keep that in mind. Right. That looks secure to me. Move the trunk around. Not too bad. Now our elephant is done. Let's move on to the rings. For the rings, I'm using a cereal box because it's a lot thinner than the cardboard we used for the head, and which makes it lighter. And we want our rings to be lighter so that it doesn't drag the trunk down. I already drew these circles with this little plastic toy that I found, and I just traced it. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a smaller circle inside of these. Perfect. Let's cut those out. All right, our rings are cut out, and I'm going to show you guys one more time how to cut the inner parts. Okay, so once your rings are cut, we're going to fold our ring in half, like we did the elephant, and cut around the inner circle so that we have a nice big opening. Alright, rings are all done, so now we are going to put our elephant onto the wall and play our game. Alright, so to attach our elephant to the wall, I'm going to be using duct tape, and I'm going to pillow it by folding it over and sticking it to itself. And put it on the back of my elephant. You can also use a thumbtack, or perhaps a string, like hanging a picture frame. If you can't use tape on the wall, just make sure to ask your parents to what they would prefer. Put that right there. Make sure the trunk is sitting out straight. And then I also put markers down on the ground. The further they go, the more points they're worth because it's harder to reach. And this is a good way for you to keep points and make it competitive. So let's start. So you can use the markers on the ground, or you can just get rid of those and just do it for fun. You can also maybe set a timer and see how long it takes for you to get all 4 rings on. Play this however you'd like. It's just a fun thing to do at home. Keep yourself busy. I miss you guys, and I can't wait to see you. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!